Welcome to a new episode of the podcast. I'm Emma, and today we're going to talk about a journey filled with challenges and rewards, the journey of learning English. Whether you've just started this journey or you've been on it for a while, there's no doubt you've experienced or will experience moments of difficulty and frustration. But what makes learning a new language exciting is that it opens doors to new opportunities and experiences that you couldn't have accessed without the language. Learning English is more than just learning words and rules, it's discovering a new culture and another world. In this episode, we'll explore the different stages one goes through when learning English, from the beginning all the way to fluency, and offer practical tips to help you at each stage. We'll also talk about the challenges you may face, how to overcome them, and the best ways to make learning more fun and effective. So let's start this journey together.
The beginning of the journey.
Let's start from the very beginning. When you first begin learning English, it may feel like you're facing a huge challenge, but this feeling is completely normal. At this stage, you're discovering a whole new world of vocabulary and sounds that you might not be used to. You start learning the basics, the alphabet, numbers, and common phrases used in daily life. In the beginning, you may find some words difficult to pronounce or even strange. But this is exactly how anyone feels when they start learning English for the first time. At this stage, the goal isn't to be perfect but to build a solid foundation you can build on later. One of the most important tips at this stage is to establish a daily routine for language learning. Set aside time each day to listen, read, or even write. Choose times that suit you and make it part of your day. If you practice these activities regularly, you'll see noticeable improvement. Don't forget, learning vocabulary and repeating it is the key to making words stick in your memory. For example, when I first started learning English, I used apps like Duolingo and Anki to learn vocabulary, and flashcards were a great way to speed up learning new words. I also tried practicing speaking with my friends or family, even if my sentences were simple.
The challenges.
But learning a language isn't always easy, and at some point, you'll face challenges. This is completely normal. Every learner faces difficulties. Some of the biggest challenges are remembering grammar rules, pronouncing difficult words, or even understanding native speakers who speak quickly. And let's not forget about phrasal verbs, but the important thing is not to get discouraged. Every learner goes through this stage, and making mistakes is completely normal. Let's remember that mistakes are part of the learning process. To overcome these challenges, try to engage with the language in various ways. Read books, watch movies or shows in English, and most importantly, speak. Even if you make mistakes, speaking is one of the best ways to build self-confidence. The more you practice, the better you'll get.
Reaching the intermediate level.
After a while, you'll reach a somewhat advanced stage, the intermediate level. At this stage, you'll feel more comfortable with the language and will be able to form longer sentences and engage in more complex conversations. But with this progress, you might start to feel like there's still so much left to learn. You may realize that there are new words or rules you need to understand better, but don't worry, this is completely natural. At this stage, what matters is continuing to learn and interact with the language in new ways. The best advice at this stage is to immerse yourself in the language. Try to incorporate English into your daily life, watch movies or TV shows without subtitles, or try reading books in English. Even if it's difficult at first, immersing yourself in the language is an effective way to learn faster. When you're surrounded by English content, you'll start picking up vocabulary naturally, and your ability to understand different accents will improve. You can also join forums or online groups to practice writing or conversing in English. The more you engage in conversations, the more confident you'll become.
Achieving fluency.
Now, let's talk about the ultimate goal, fluency. Achieving fluency doesn't mean that you know every word in the dictionary, but rather that you can communicate effectively and comfortably in English, whether it's for work, studies, or social situations. Even when you reach this stage, you may still find some words or rules challenging, but that's normal. The key to fluency is consistent practice and continuous exposure to the language. Try using English in real-life situations. Travel to English-speaking countries if possible, or find language exchange partners. The more you speak and enjoy the language, the more you'll start thinking in English, and speaking it will become smoother. Here's an important point: don't strive for perfection. Fluency means being able to communicate effectively, not being error-free. As long as you can express yourself clearly and understand others, you're on the right track.
The ongoing journey.
Even after you reach fluency, learning never stops. The English language is constantly evolving, and there's always room for improvement. There will always be new words or expressions to discover, and different accents to understand. This is the beauty of learning a language. It's a journey with no endpoint, and there's always something new to learn. To continue improving, it's helpful to set new goals for yourself. Maybe you want to read books in English, write advanced essays, or participate in discussions. You can also challenge yourself by learning vocabulary in specific fields like science or technology. The great thing about learning English is that it doesn't only improve your language skills, but it also opens doors to new opportunities, whether they are professional, cultural, or social. Once you're fluent in English, you'll be able to access more knowledge, career opportunities, and even make new friends from around the world. Even after you reach fluency, learning never stops. The English language is constantly evolving, and there's always room for improvement. There will always be new words or expressions to discover, and different accents to understand. This is the beauty of learning a language. It's a journey with no endpoint, and there's always something new to learn. To continue improving, it's helpful to set new goals for yourself. Maybe you want to read books in English, write advanced essays, or participate in discussions. You can also challenge yourself by learning vocabulary in specific fields like science or technology. The great thing about learning English is that it doesn't only improve your language skills, but it also opens doors to new opportunities, whether they are professional, cultural, or social. Once you're fluent in English, you'll be able to access more knowledge, career opportunities, and even make new friends from around the world.